Whoa, you guys, there's brand new breaking news in the world of Disney pertaining to the brand new theme park, the Disney theme park in Abu Dhabi. But before we get to that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I ask you to hit the subscribe button because that way you guys will be first to know all the new breaking news. Then I noticed that everybody does our subscribe and like. Don't like this video unless you like this video. If there's something you feel like you learned or feel like I brought up a good point, then hit the like button to let me know, hey, that's good job, Chris. You've done a really good job. My name is Chris. You're watching Park Pass, and we have some breaking news. Now, for those of you who are new, there's a lot of new people to this channel. Before I was a YouTuber, I wasn't always a goofy YouTuber. I actually did about 20 years in the business world, had a professional career. I was very proud of that. And so today's video, I'm going to be looking at this brand new breaking news through the lens of a business person and to tell you what I think is going on. This is just a lot of my own opinions and thoughts, but it kind of goes in with the world of what's happening in the world of Disney. Let's get to it. So, news just broke that this brand new Disney park in Abu Dhabi is going to be an indoor theme park. Now, let me just break this down for you guys. The announcement of the brand new Disneyland Abu Dhabi isn't even a week old. And when this was announced, it was shocking to lots of people. A lot of people were like, what is going on? It wasn't on my radar. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. I thought Disney Park would be announced in Texas or Australia before that one happened in the Middle East. And so this was kind of caught a lot of people off guard. There's been a lot of speculation on like, well, what is going on with this? Is it how did this happen? And Josh tomorrow kind of says, well, this has been in plans for a long time. And I kind of counter that. I don't think so. I think this was a deal that was struck very recently. And I think that they rolled it out with extreme haste. And I'm going to talk about this in why I think that. Okay, so let's go back to a week ago. Nobody knew that Disneyland Abu Dhabi was going to be happening except those people who were in on the deal making, right? And in the business world, there's a thing called a rollout. The rollout is when you're going to roll out a brand new product or you're going to roll out an announcement. And you look at all the different optics of doing that because you only have one chance. That's right, one chance of doing it right. Because you guys know that saying, first impressions. You only have one chance to make a first impression. And you only have one time to do a successful rollout. So you look at all the announcements, you look at all the analytics, you know how to deploy and announce what's going to be going on. Disney announced Disneyland Abu Dhabi, and when they did it, they had a video, and the video I think is very interesting. If you haven't seen it, I would encourage you to watch it. They have clips from Star Wars movies in it. They have clips from Marvel movies in it. They have clips from the other Disney theme parks around the world, but there was nothing new. They didn't show any like cool like blueprints or anything that was going on in Disneyland Abu Dhabi. It's kind of like this, like hey, this is what we're doing. It's very exciting, but it was just from movie clips and theme park stuff. Then they released some artwork, and this artwork here is this concept art of the brand new Disneyland Abu Dhabi. I think is just I don't think it really shows anything. I think a lot of people have gone in, they've tried to say, I think this is what this is. I think it was just very hastily rendered and to coming up with it. And I'll explain to you why I think that. I think that it was just to help assist with the rollout. There was, and you have to realize this is a conjunction, right? Disney is doing this with it's called the Muriel Group, and this is a very powerful company. There's this Yas Island, YAS Island, and they've built all the theme parks on Yas Island there in Abu Dhabi, and Disney is partnering with the Muriel Group, and Muriel Group is in charge of this. They're not in charge of it, but they're going to be funding it. Now, after this announcement came out, Josh Tomorrow and Bob Iger went on and spoke. They said, hey, we're not going to lose creative control. We're still going to be the ones that are in control of everything that's going to be happening in this new theme park. Because they kind of learned their lesson because they did this with the Oriental Land Company, the OLC, in Japan. They own the majority of it. That company owns the majority of it. They paid for it. And Disney doesn't have a say in what they're doing. Over there, they've kind of lost a little bit of creative control over there. So that's the thing that a lot of people are wondering, like, well, when this Muriel Group comes in, is Disney going to lose creative control? And Disney is assured us that, no, we're still doing this. But what happened is the CEO, and I have to read his name because I want to make sure I pronounce his name correctly. His name is Mohammed Abdullah Al Zabi. He's the CEO of the Muriel Group. and he was doing an interview, and the interview was what's called the Dubai Eye, and they were asking questions about this brand new theme park, the Disney theme park. They had a lot of questions, and in this interview that he was giving, he really wasn't reiterating anything new that hadn't already been said in the release video and the announcement video. Just kind of said, yeah, we're excited to have Disney come here. It's going to be great. And then towards the end of the interview, he kind of drops this in very casually, was talking about how they've done all these other theme parks on Yas Island. And he's also talking about how like they have to take into account like the weather because it gets so hot there. That the weather is something they really consider. Then he drops this little nugget in, and I'm going to read it verbatim. So it's exact. This is the exact quote that he gave to the Dubai Eye. Right here. As you know, we have done all of our theme parks indoor. So Disney will be an indoor theme park. What? He just drops this, like this bombshell. And he's like, this is the Miro Group. Every theme park we've done in Yas Island has been indoor. So yeah, Disney's going to be an indoor theme park. This is like, you can't really mince words here. I mean, there's no room for like nuance or speculation. He's saying it's going to be an indoor theme park. Now, there are no Disney indoor theme parks ever. They do have covered walkways and areas for like rain and whatever, but not an indoor theme park. What does an indoor theme park mean? That means it's temperature controlled and regulated, and they have air conditioning. Is the whole Disney going to be an indoor theme park? According to Zabi, it sounds like it's going to be, the whole entire theme park is going to be indoor. Now, this brings me back to the point of how I said, I feel like this was kind of a really hastily announced announcement about this theme park, because let's go back and take a look at this concept art for the brand new Disneyland Abu Dhabi. Okay, what do you think? What's the one thing you don't see? You don't see an enclosure. It's showing this on the water beach. You got like kind of like this Elsa castle there. You got maybe a Tron. I don't know. This is over here, or maybe what's this over here? Who knows? But the one thing I do know when I look at this, I do not see an enclosure. So, and this, you think that this would have been like, if this would have been part of the major announcement, like if they're going to announce that, hey, we're building a brand new Disneyland in Abu Dhabi. Oh, and guess what? It's going to be indoor theme park. I mean, that would have been like amazing. And then just for him just to drop this in a little article with the Dubai Eye, say, yeah, it's going to be an indoor theme park. This is astounding to me. This also makes you wonder. I was like, well, like, why didn't Bob Iger announce that? Why didn't Josh D'Amaro announce that? That should have been something that they would have been super proud of to announce. I mean, the Miro Group is the one that's built all these theme parks there, and they're going to be building this Disney. So when Bob Iger is saying we still have complete creative control, do they really have creative control? I don't know. It sounds like to me that would have been something they would have probably announced together, and rather than just this coming out in the Dubai Eye. But that being said, this is going to be a remarkable feat of engineering to have this whole theme park to be indoors. I mean, is the whole theme park going to be indoors? We don't really know at this point, but I mean, that's what the CEO was saying. This is astounding. I mean, this is huge. This is a massive, massive endeavor and undertaking. It makes sense though, because I mean, for those of you who ever attended Florida in August or like in early September, and when it's so hot, Abu Dhabi is 15 to 20 degrees hotter than Florida at the hottest point. And I feel like when I'm in Florida, it's just like I can barely handle it. So this is a really, really big deal. I was in Hong Kong a few summers ago, and when we were in Hong Kong, it was the hottest I've ever been in a theme park. And what was so interesting is at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the line to get out of the theme park, people were waiting to leave Hong Kong Disneyland to exit out because there's so many people who are exiting out, trying to get to a place of comfort, like go back to the hotel with air conditioning or something like that. And that's not nearly what the weather's going to be like in Abu Dhabi. So I understand. I was like, that makes sense that they would want a climate-controlled theme park, because how could you actually go if it's not? I mean, it'd be just too hot. So this was a huge announcement. It just surprises me that we're hearing this from the Miro Group and not from Disney. I don't think that the plans have been finalized of what's going on. That artwork that they've showed us, that concept work that they've showed us, that doesn't show us a lot. And so I believe that really what's going on is that they've struck a deal, they got excited, they've announced it, and we don't have a whole bunch of roadmaps or things going on. We don't have a lot. it's coming on. And another thing that Bob Iger said a little while ago, he's like, yeah, he goes, well, it takes 18 months to 2 years to plan it and then 5 years to build it. So that means that this theme park is a minimum of 7 years probably away from the doors opening to the general public. And also that little statement that Bob Iger says, it sounds like they haven't even done the planning stages, that 18 to 2 year part of the planning stages, the blueprints and all that, coming up with ideas and concepts. So I feel like this is really, really, really fast negotiations that the Miro Group did with the Disney Corporation. Now, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me, that's perfectly fine, but just have some sound arguments for it. Don't just call people names. Put your comments down below. I'd love to hear what they are. I read every one of them. If you get a heart, by the way, if you get a heart, that means that I read your comment and I liked it. And also, I just want to say we have a lot coming up here. I'm going to Legoland. I'm taking my son to Legoland. I've been there for a while. He's at a perfect age. But he's going to also the 70th celebration of Disney. I'll be at that, so I'm very excited about that. And then I'm going to be going to Epic Universe in Florida for one more sneak preview day. And then I will be there on opening day when they open up the park to everybody. I'm just going to watch all the people come in and see Epic Universe. I'm just going to try to document it almost for posterity's sake, because this is such a unique experience. So be sure to make sure you hit that subscribe button. And it's free. I don't know if you guys know this. Hit the subscribe. Free. It's free. It's something. Wait a minute. Did you do it? You did? Okay. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. And if you like this video and you feel like I have some good sound points to that, go ahead and like this video if you want to. You guys are awesome. Fantastic. I'll see you in our next videos. We'll be at Legoland and having a lot of fun there. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye, everybody.